May 26th, 2003. The time has come where the earth is scorched by dragonfire and true faith is tested. Welcome to Scourge, the final expansion set before a complete upending of Magic the Gathering. Scourge wraps up the story of Ataria as Phage and Akroma's battle leads to the merging and an entity known as Corona arises. While the Mirari continues to warp the land, players would try to claim their piece of power with cards such as Mind's Desire, Dragonstorm, and Decree of Justice. A pivotal point emerges. Which of our filthy casuals will claim victory?
You thought this would be a serious dive into Magic's insane backlog of iconic sets, alongside two professional players? This isn't anything close, but if you want to watch two clowns who started the game after the borders changed from this to this, then look no further. Join us as we open packs from each set, moving in chronological order, expanding our ever-growing collection and, of course, trying to one-up each other each episode. We're not your power gamer racking up wins at your local game store. We're just a couple of filthy casuals, and this is our progression series. Hang on, let me sit up. Energy, energy, energy. Why do you keep doing these bullshit claps? You're not even, like, changing them. It's just like little clap. Quick clap.
I'm not doing another one.
All
You're
right.
a deal for this time. You're so clap sensitive, you know?
Yeah, you know, you're going to edit it now to put the clap again. I'm going to have the clap again, all right? I'm going to pretend you just clapped.
I'm just gonna do
Hello,
like a
lady.
clap.
God damn it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. My name's Kieran.
My name's Colin.
And we are Filthy Casuals, where we always throw game 2. Welcome back, welcome back. Today is a big day, Colin. Today's a big day. Yes,
Why is it a big day?
Well, you know, this is the last set before we enter the new horizons of Modern.
The new horizons.
Exactly. And last episode was pretty brutal. I definitely threw that game. You know what? It makes for a better hero's journey. And we all know who the hero is.
Yes.
From villain to hero. This is really a story like Megamind when you think about it. You know, hit DreamWorks movie Megamind
Yeah.
with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Well, Colin, today we are going to be a scourge on one another as we enter the set Scourge. Before we can become a scourge on our audience, we have to say to like the video, leave a comment down below. We're playing a little game of, can you find that button? Find that red magic button that doesn't bring you back to the home menu.
Yeah.
And click on it. But if you want to support us even more, there's a way to do that, and it's in our Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to our Discord channel and come talk to us.
Yeah.
And also maybe help us build decks today.
Yes.
And well, not today, but in future. You
Yeah,
can't go back in time. Patreon does not allow you to go back in time. Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe. Could
Maybe.
do like a retroactive series.
Colin, let's not make them wait any longer. Today, we're going to get right into it and check out Scourge. I did the wipe this time.
Wow.
See
so
how
proud.
about? Thank you. So Scourge, it's the final block in the Onslaught block, and we were looking through some of the cards beforehand, and it's a banger. It's a banger.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strong cards. From what I was reading, the set basically Phage, not Corona. Yeah, Corona's here. Corona is here in the Magic world now. We brought it over, apparently. Unfortunately. Phage and Akroma's battle is, I don't know, this is really kind of silly fantasy writing, but they like have a battle and fuse into this other godlike being called Corona. I don't know if Corona's going to be in the set. Maybe they will, but Akroma and Phage basically forge into one being, and now a bunch of different groups are fighting over Corona, who I guess has no autonomy or say over the matter. It's very, very ambiguous. And then interestingly, this, I didn't know this, but this streamlines right into Maraudon and the new Modern block, because Karn comes back and basically rescues Jessica from Corona. Pulls Jessica out.
Part of Corona?
Yes. So breaks apart Corona and unphages Phage into Jessica, and then tells Jessica she's a planeswalker. So make that what you will. I just want to say dated planeswalkers before it was cool. Are we planeswalkers? Maybe we're planeswalkers.
I think so.
I guess
we are planeswalkers before it was cool.
Maybe our spark hasn't ignited yet. Oh, we're gonna go hang out with Karn.
I don't know if our sparks will ever ignite.
Yeah, it's very true.
You know.
That's very fair. But Karn takes Jessica to Maraudon. And then the Mirari, the orb on the card, that actually is what created Memnarch, who's the overseer of Maraudon. Isn't that crazy?
It's wild, man.
Isn't it crazy? It all is connected. And yeah, it's a pretty strong set. We're gonna breeze through it here just to make sure we get you guys to the good chunky game parts. But we'll call out a few cards as we go down here. We have a cycle, very strong cycle, the Decree cycle. Oh. And one of the other things about Scourge was they played around with very high mana cost stuff, and that tends to be what we favor in this series. But we've been starting to get faster gameplay, so I don't know if we can really swing an 8 mana card as much as we could. But
we're usually not living long enough to do that these days.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. Interestingly though, in Decrees, all the Decrees have Corona in the image. So you can see their shadow in all of them. Actually, the Decree of Silence is literally just a picture of Corona. But you can see that shadow in all the other ones. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. But these are cycling cards, so we got more cycling. And they all basically have a very powerful effect that costs a lot of mana. So, for example, Decree of Savagery is 4+1 counters on every creature you control. This is a card I used to play Colin back in the day, remember? Decree of Savagery. Yeah. But one competitive card back in the day was Decree of Justice, I guess, because for 4 mana XX, you create 4/4 angels with flying. So if you pay 6 mana, you get 1 4/4. But if you pay 8 mana, you get 2 4/4s, and 10 mana will get you 3 4/4s.
Damn,
but
that's pretty deadly. That's a lot of Sarahs.
It's a lot of Sarahs with no vigilance though.
Yeah.
It's not apples to apples, you know.
Yeah.
But if you 3 mana cycle it, then you can pay X to get soldiers instead. All of a sudden, you're paying 6 mana to get 3 soldiers and drawing a card. So some interesting flexibility there. Moving down. Oh, this is a card that this is the dragon set too, by the way. If none of the lore I talked about mentioned dragons at all, but this is the dragon set.
Yeah, dragons.
Dragons. And there's also a set with a mechanic that Wizards of the Coast has famously said is basically one that they would never print again in Standard. Storm. It's a very powerful mechanic. Basically, whenever you cast it, you get a copy it for every spell you've played beforehand. So
pretty good.
Dragon Storm is 9 mana, which is a lot. But you search your library for any dragon and put it right into the battlefield. And it has Storm. So if you can manage to get together, 12, 13 mana, and maybe play a card or two before it, you could get 2, 3, 4 dragons onto the battlefield from your deck.
Fire off like 2 lightning bolts, then get 3 dragons on the field for what, 11 mana? I mean, it's a lot of mana, but that's like a pretty big turn.
It's a pretty big turn. There's also Eternal Dragon, another one they were calling out in the breakdown. It's a 7 mana 5/5 flyer, but you can pay 2 to plane cycle it. So this is a land cycle. This is a new type of cycling where you discard it to cycle it to search for a land of that type and put in your hand. So you get a plains and put in your hand. Oh, and there we go. If we go down a little bit more, we get Corona False God.
Hey.
Very ambitious card. 5 mana Wooburg +1. 5/5 haste. Beginning of each player's upkeep, the player untaps it and the other and gains control of it. When it attacks, creatures of your choice get +3/+3. So it's a fun commander card.
Wild, yeah. That's
not
really
a good card for this.
Not a good card for what we're doing, though, I think.
No, not for 1v1. Not for 1v1.
I guess Corona really doesn't have any agency.
It's true. Yeah, Corona. Yeah, I guess that's true. Corona doesn't have an agency. There's also Lethal Vapors, which is incredibly brutal. 4 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature enters, destroy it. And the only way to get rid of it is to destroy it for 0. But then if you do, you skip your turn.
Wow, that's nuts.
Very mean card. Going down further, there's just so many good cards in the set. We have another Goblin, very powerful Goblin, Colin. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the Siege Gang Commander, 5 mana 2/2, but when it comes into play, you put 3 1/1 Goblin creatures into play. Sacrifice a Goblin, and Siege Gang Commander deals 2 damage to target creature or player.
It's very mean.
That's pretty sweet.
So 5 mana for 5/5 worth of body.
I'd also
better
like
actually
to mention the little helmets on the tiny goblins.
Yes.
Kind of adorable.
Yes, I'm zoomed in on it now. Yes, they have little spears on them.
Yeah.
They're being used as ballistas.
Very goblin.
Very goblin. Very strong. I hope you don't get it.
There's a card actually on the next row too, Kieran.
There is a card on the next row.
Which is kind of scary.
Loving my 5. There's 2 cards technically. First one is Sliver Overlord, 5 mana Wooburg 7/7, just like my beautiful queen. But pay 3 mana, search your library for a sliver, put in your hand. So it's 3 mana colorless tutor, or 3 mana gain control of target sliver. So there's some pretty nasty things you can do if you can turn your opponent's creatures into slivers and steal them. But 5 mana 7/7, it'd be great to get that to pair with my queen. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
But there's also Stifle, very powerful counter spell. 1 mana blue. 1 blue mana, I should say. Counter target activator triggered ability. Bit more niche, but there's some combo potential.
The right situation can be extremely powerful.
Yeah, especially for 1 mana.
Yeah.
We get our first combo kill Storm card, Brain Freeze. 2 mana instant. Target player mills 3 cards. Storm.
Oh.
So if you can play 10 cards before Brain Freeze, then you mill them like 33 cards. 33, yeah.
Jeez.
So very good in a mill deck, which we haven't really seen too much of.
It's true. We don't.
I think I tried mill once, like
I
2
don't know if
seasons
the
ago.
support's fully there, but Brain Freeze, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
there's potential.
I'd love to get a full play set of that. That would be very nice.
Especially if you like brainstorm, and, like find some other like 1 mana.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A lot of
Just
cantrips.
keep drawing.
Yep.
Low mana draw.
Very, very potentially gross. Moving on down.
There's a lot of tribal discount cards too. The first one I'm looking at right now is the Dragon
War
Speaker
Chief?
Shaman.
Oh, okay.
Or I was gonna say, well, the Daru War Chief as well, but the Dragon Speaker Shaman for dragons is 2 less to play. But I believe there's also like 1 for each color. So there's a zombie one, there's a goblin one.
There's a goblin one, Goblin War Chief, which very, very, very strong because it
Mhm.
also gives them haste.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I really don't want you getting these at all.
But again, more tribal support throughout each color.
Yep, true. Across from Goblin War Chief, we also see Gilded Light, which is another nice little anti-fireball tech.
Yeah.
Makes you hexproof and can be cycled out for a different card if need be. Honestly, this is a card I've seen used before, and I think it has potential as long-term plans. It's 3 mana blue instant. Search for any tutor for a card and put it 3rd from the top.
Oh.
So it's an uncommon blue tutor for any card in your deck, but you just need to be a little patient. But if you have Brainstorm, you can just immediately get that card.
That's true.
So kind of nutty. There's so many good cards in this set.
There's also some anti-goblin tech. Pyrostatic Pillar. 2 mana enchantment. Whenever a player plays a spell of converted mana cost 3 or less, it deals 2 damage to them. That would hose me pretty quick.
That would be a good that'd be a good counter burn for sure. Yeah. And right below that is a first strike protection from red creatures. So a lot of anti-goblin options.
It's coming back around a bit.
It's coming back around. We also get the biggest, probably the most prolific storm killer in this set, because I think the most prolific storm killer would be Grape Shot, but that doesn't get printed till later. At least I don't think it does. Does it get printed here? I don't know. But Tendrils of Agony. 4 mana, target player loses 2 life, you gain 2 life storm. So if you can play 4 or 5 spells, your opponent's losing like 8, 10, 12 life, and you're gaining 12 life. It's pretty nasty.
Right beside it too is Temple of the False God.
True. Big commander card. People debate to this day whether it's worth playing. We actually see the Undead War Chief too, the zombie one, gives all your zombies +2/+1. It's pretty nutty.
That's pretty strong.
Including itself, so it actually is a 3/2, I think. Let me double check the errata on that. Yeah, it is zombies you control, so it is itself a 3/2 for 4, so it's not too bad. Below that, another good zombie, Carrion Feeder, 1 mana 1/1, can't block, but you sacrifice creatures to put +1s on it. Just a lot of strong tribal cards in this set.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about Goblin Warstrike?
I played around with it in like commander decks before. I feel like it's only ever really gotten the job done once. But it's one of those cards where like if you're winning already, you're gonna like really win, you know?
What about in this format? Because I feel like, you know, if you have 3 goblins, that's just lightning bolt.
It's true. Actually, yeah, it's not too bad. It's sorcery speed, which is kind of annoying, but I guess, you know, what's the gang leader, the siege gang leader or whatever? That would be
5 mana. Oh, that would be 4 damage. 4 damage with it. Yeah. And you sacrifice them, do 2 damage each. So gross.
A lot of direct damage.
I'm sorry for pointing it out. That's everything for the set. Scourge, a lot of good stuff.
Scourge, yeah. Power level going up every set.
I need to win.
Yeah, you're against the ropes here.
Yes, if I don't win this one, I cannot win this season. Or I should say, if I lose today, I lose the season.
Yes. Yeah.
And
the first way you worded it was very optimistic, and I appreciate that.
I think the audience would love to see a tie-breaking episode, but I'm sure Team Croft would also love to see you win two seasons in a row.
Get the big
Which
double here.
Mr. Sulky season 2, season 3 boy over here is now about to win 2 seasons in a row.
True. Hey man, you said the hero's journey, right?
I'm the hero. That's what the hero would not say. I
feel like that's both what we would say. So maybe neither of us are the hero.
Yeah, that's true. But Colin, I lost, so I get to open up some Legion. I get the Legion wheel, so that could be big.
That's some gas, yeah.
Could be some gas, and yeah, I'm gonna have to bring a big, good, strong, powerful deck.
Yeah, you gotta stick it to me. I'm expecting the best of the best.
I'm expecting goblins, so we'll see how it goes.
We'll see if I roll red.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see. Mono red is kind of the way to go, so maybe not so good diluting it, but yeah, I'm nervous. For the first time in the series, I think this is the most nervous I've been in a game because do or die.
No, you took the early lead in this season, so.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't think this is the first season we've done where it's been basically neck to neck to the end.
Yeah.
Normally we would already know by now.
Yeah, normally someone's running away.
Yeah. So, all right, Colin, good luck.
Good luck.
You're gonna need it, and so am I. So I'll talk to you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
All right, big episode. Scourge. This is a huge episode. What am I talking about? This is massive. This is a gargantuan episode. It's episode 8 of season 5, which could be the last episode before season 6. And it's the episode that I have to win if I want to stay in this season and get to a tiebreaker episode 9. So big stakes, big wheel. Let's see what we get. Okay, double uncommon wildcard. Not sure what that looks like for Legions. I'm going to have a look, and I'll get back to you guys right after this. All right, it was tough. There's actually a decent amount of common and uncommons in Legions that I don't have. One of which, Timberwatch Elves, was a card that kicked my ass last episode, and I only had one copy, and it's a common. That said, there are some other cards that I think I would like to play even more, and those are my slivers. So I'm going to pick up one copy of Root Sliver, which makes it so that my slivers can't be countered, and I'm going to pick up one copy of Shifting Sliver, which I don't have any copies of. I actually had one of the other one. So which means slivers can't be blocked except by slivers, basically making them unblockable. One unblockable sliver, one can't be countered sliver, making that 2 can't be countered slivers will be really good sideboard tech against any blue deck. I think I'm gonna go with the slivers. It's fun. Hopefully I can open up the Overlord today. Are we playing slivers today? That has yet to be determined, but these are the cards I'm gonna grab.
All right, so we are on Wooberg's wheel today. Obviously looking for red to close this thing out, but let's see what fate has in store for us. I'm gonna give it a bunch of clicks. Spin, spin, spin. Doesn't look like it's gonna be red. Okay, that is acceptable. I think we can make blue work. Blue is still a very powerful color. We do have that mill, win con, and storm as well. So maybe we get lucky and open a couple of those and we could try some fun. Either that or we could play Battle of Wits again, I guess. We'll see. All right, let's crack some packs. All right, so Scourge pack time, opening 18. Hoping for some storm, hoping for some goblins. Let's see what we have in store. All right, pack 1, we have Root Elemental, not one we're particularly looking for. It's 6 mana, 6/5 with Morph. The Morph cost is 7, but when it is flip face off, it does have a good ability that is you can put a creature card from your hand into play. Big swing potential, but a lot of mana. I don't know how useful it would be. Ooh, we got it. Got a Corona. The False God. I don't know if we'll play it because it seems like a bad card for what it is, but it's Wooberg +1 5/5 haste. I believe we talked about it, but basically it switches control every upkeep and it untaps itself, so it would be on Kieran's upkeep. He would get it and then he could swing at me with a 5/5. Doesn't seem like something I want. Probably won't play it, but fun card. I think this card might have slipped under the radar. Just reading Fierce Empath here, it's a 3 mana 1/1 elf, so like that block not great, but when it comes into play, you may search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost 6 or more, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. It's a tutor attached to it. It's also an elf, so it's gas for the elf strats that we saw even in the last episode. I feel like that's pretty good for a common. Must be like playable, right?
Okay, we rolled white. How can I say no to her? How can I say no to her? This is a second chance, right? This is a second chance. Let's see what we open. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 18 packs of Scourge. Let's jump right into it. And we're going to start off with Parallel Thought. I actually used to play this card back in the day. 5 mana enchantment. When it enters, you get 7 cards from your library and put them basically in this face down pile exiled. And if I would draw a card, you can instead take the top card of the card and put, or top card of this like secondary deck and put it into your hand. Little slow. You know, for combo decks, it might be fun. Only thing that is a bit of an issue is that the enchantment goes away, then so do the 7 cards you just pulled out of your deck. Other than that, you know, not too much to talk about. Mind's Desire. Okay, so this was another Storm card that actually got banned in Vintage for a while. 6 mana, shuffle your library, exile the top card of it, and you can play it as though you basically pay it for free. You know, if you play a few cards before this, you can basically get a few cards from your deck for free. You know, it's a bit of a wacky one. I think it'd be fun to play, but probably not for today. Birds might be on the table for a potential tribe this time around. I need to see what my bird package looks like. I think I have a few good birds.
Oh my god, we got a Sliver Overlord. It's a card I don't really want, but, you know, could be worse. Wouldn't it be the greatest flip of script if we played Slivers and then eliminated Kieran from the series? Or like won the series playing Slivers? That'd be hilarious. I don't think it's possible. Our Sliver kit is not great. Okay, we got Consumptive Goo as our rare for this pack. Seems kind of interesting. It's 2 black mana for a 1/1, but it has quite a strong ability. Maybe a little overpriced, but I think it's solid. 4 mana, target creature gets -1/-1, -1/-1 until end of turn, but a +1/+1 counter on Consumptive Goo. So it could be a good mana dump, even just using it at the end of an enemy's turn. So if Kieran's going to end step, I have some free mana. I can probably just put a +1/+1 counter on him. For 4 mana, it's pretty steep, but if I'm not going to do anything with it anyways, maybe it's worth it just to have it there as a threat.
All right, next pack here. We've been kind of hitting a bit of a whiff recently. Raven Guildmaster. Okay, Wizards. You know, Wizards are kind of cool. Maybe we can play Wizards. Long-term plans is also kind of nice. But yeah, otherwise not much else. I will say another thing I realized was Clerics are white. Sometimes white and black. Maybe Sarah Clerics could be a fun thing to look at as well. I know everyone at home is rolling their eyes about me playing Sarah, but I rolled white. What could you say?
Ooh, we got a Brain Freeze. Okay, so it's the 2 mana Storm card. Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Seems pretty strong. I wouldn't necessarily want to play this unless we get maybe another one. I mean, the more the merrier, obviously, but this is the Storm card that's on our radar, especially because we're playing blue. I think there's a lot of potential in it. Nice. Goblin Tech Siege Gang Commander. So we got the Goon in the last set. Now we got the Commander this time. Would just love to see a War Chief. I'll take whatever Goblin I can get at this point. Small upgrades to the Goblin deck are going to be lethal, especially next season. So hopefully we can keep the ball rolling. Maybe see another one. I'd be very happy. If not, that's okay. We got one. That's what matters.
All right, next pack here, Dragonstorm. Okay, so if we wanted to play a dragon deck, at least we have very, very top-end finisher. The other issue with Dragonstorm in my head is, like, you're already playing a deck with tons of high mana value cards. How often are you going to even get 1 or 2 Storm, you know? I don't know. It's a bit iffy in my opinion. Final Punishment. Target player loses life equal to the damage already dealt to them this turn. That's actually kind of an interesting card in like a aggro burn deck, like a black-red burn deck maybe. Throw in a couple lightning bolts, suddenly it's like 12 damage for 7 mana. It's not too bad.
Ooh, Call to the Grave seems mean. If you're playing a zombie deck, damn, that's 5 mana. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-zombie creature. At the end of turn, if no creatures are in play, sacrifice Call to the Grave. 5 mana steep, but damn, that's mean. I've also been noticing we've gotten a few Undead War Chiefs. Maybe we do some weird black-blue strategy with zombies. Maybe. Who knows?
All right, we're getting about halfway here. Dragon Mage and another long-term plan. Goblin War Chief as well. Dragon Mage is basically a 7 mana 5/5 flyer and deals combat damage. Each player discards their hand and draws 7 new cards. It's kind of a Wheel of Fortune effect. I don't know. It's not really good in our format, but it is a fun card. We're about halfway through here, and to be honest, this has not been a great pack opening. Let's see what we can get. Okay, Siege Gang Commander. If we want to play Goblins, this is definitely a great card to have. We did get our third long-term plan, so if we want to make very long-term plans, we can do that.
Ooh, Eternal Dragon. Okay, that's a nice pickup for white, actually. So that's the dragon, the Plains Cycling 7-mana dragon that you can return to your hand. So if you do have Astral Slide or Drift, I forget which one, but I do think we have one, could become quite potent. Cycling is something not to sleep on necessarily. There's a lot of potential in it. Ooh, Dragon Mage. Oh my god, forget about the Dragon Mage. I see a Goblin War Chief. Let's talk about that instead. 3 mana, 2/2. Goblins cost 1 less to play, and they all have haste. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hopefully we can get more. I think where are we at? We're about like just over halfway, so there's potential, but if we can get more of those, we'll be in such a comfy position. Ooh, damn. Lethal Vapors as well. We're getting like a kind of a control package here of the black cards. I wonder if this blue mill strategy would even be possible. Maybe if we get a little more support for it. I definitely think we need another one of the blue storm cards that does the milling to make it worthwhile, but like Lethal Vapors, we have anti-zombie tech, like we could just do like a zombie controlling mill strategy, because there's also like duresses and stuff we could use as well. Seems pretty good.
All right, next pack here. A second Siege Gang Commander? That's really good. Is there a world where we play a Boros Goblin deck today? Is there a world where we play a Goblin deck at all in the future? Maybe. With 2 Siege Gang Commanders, it's definitely possible. Dragon Tyrant, a 10-mana 6/6 flying trample double strike. Beginning of your upkeep, you have to pay 4 red mana to keep it up, and it has fire breathing. This is the definition of a Timmy card right here. This would be freaking hilarious. 12 damage with a double strike. 10 mana though, I don't know if it's justifiable. But with that dragon card, maybe. It's too bad it doesn't have haste.
Oh my god. Ask and you shall receive. We got another brain freeze. So that's 2 on the count. Maybe even worth it at that point. Who knows? Obviously would love more. Won't complain, but 2 might be enough to consider trying this kind of weirder strategy. Oh my god, we got another Lethal Vapors. I think this is coming to fruition. We also have some long-term plans, which honestly, when Kieran was talking about it, I think could be good for a Battle of Wits deck. So it's not off the table, but I think if we really want to finish it, we might have to take a step back from Battle of Wits. We'll save it for another day. The time's gotta be right, you know, it needs its epic return. Oh my god, no way. We got a second Sliver Overlord. Man, maybe it's being teed up that we have the Sliver Queen versus the Overlords and see who can win. I don't know, I feel like the Overlord might be able to edge out the Queen. I don't exactly remember what the Queen does, but the gain control of target Sliver in a Sliver versus Sliver matchup would be insane. And then the search your library for a Sliver card, also very powerful ability.
All right, next pack here. Corona. No, Jessica, you're back. Is this Jessica being like, hey, now I'm a Chroma and Phage, so we should hook up. No, I have to say no to the 5-color god avatar. Maybe we'll rekindle that flame in the future if we run into her again. Not with Corona. I don't think this card is any good in 1v1. Very funny. Maybe if we play a commander game one of these days with 4 players. Because again, 1v1 commander, no bueno. But 4 players, maybe it'd be fun. Okay, Eternal Dragon. Very strong card. I don't know if we have the pieces to facilitate this, but you know, 7 mana, 5/5 flyer. We can cycle into lands. We are playing a white deck today, so maybe we just play this. I'll have to check to see if we had Astral Slide. I don't know if we actually got that, because cycling could be a fun thing if we did get a copy of it. Though 1 copy of a key enchantment, I don't know. Maybe that's playing with fire too much for an episode we have to win today.
Oh damn, Form of the Dragon seems interesting. 7 mana, maybe not that great now that I read it a bit more, but at the beginning of your upkeep, Form of the Dragon deals 5 damage to target creature or player, quite strong. At the end of each turn, your life total becomes 5, quite bad. Creatures without flying can't attack you, so I guess the theme of this is that you turn into a dragon that your opponent has to kill. Pros and cons, maybe there's like some prevent damage stuff that you could do that would make it kind of an interesting card, but also for 7 mana, I would rather spend 7 mana on something that could do maybe a little more work. Maybe I'm naive. Let me know though if there's a cool way to play this, and maybe we can try to hash it out and see what happens.
Another Mind's Desire. Okay, so if there's any sort of Mind's Desire combo decks, let me know down in the comments, because we have 2 copies of them now. We also have Bribery, which is a card I still haven't played yet. Blue, white today. There's a lot of options. Ambush, Commander, Dragon Speaker, Shaman, if we want to play dragons. Okay, this guy turns all your forests into 1/1 elves. It's kind of cool. could get really wiped out with an effect like this, you know. Chances are Colin doesn't have like deal a bunch of damage to a bunch of creatures. This could be pretty good actually in terms of just getting a bunch of creatures and doing like an overrun effect. So that'd be something that we have to look into.
Oh, who's this guy? Bladewing the Risen, 7 mana, 4/4 flyer. It's pretty heavy for the stat block. When it comes into play, you return target dragon card from your graveyard to play. Ooh, that's pretty good. So I guess if you're playing like a reanimating dragon deck, that is an amazing card. Oh my god, we got another Bladewing the Risen. These packs have been weird. Like, we're getting a lot of doubles of stuff, but 2 Bladewing the Risens back to back seems kind of insane. Lots more War Chiefs. So many War Chiefs. It's kind of interesting, actually. Oh, we also have Tendrils of Agony. That's actually pretty good. Target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life Storm. It is 4 mana, so it is a little heftier, but if you can chain a bunch of stuff, who knows? Oh, that's the last pack, too. Excellent. Well, we've gotten pretty solid cards overall. I think what I am inclined to try to do, at least, is maybe try a blue-black more control-y shell, maybe more zombie focused. Try out these storm cards, because if those are just straight up win cons, we do have a very famous deck called the Only 4, which maybe combined with some milling could be good. I don't know if the Only 4 is too ambitious, but we'll try it out. I will see maybe some of our patrons in the Discord as we go to build decks, and I hope Kieran got some good pulls too, because he's going to have to try to even out this series for a tiebreaker, and we're going to try our best to stop him. So I'll see you guys once we go into think tank mode and see what we can come up with. See you on the other side.
Can we get a Sliver Overlord, please? No, we get a Sulfuric Vortex and another Dragon Speaker Shaman. I guess I can't complain. Sulfuric Vortex, 3 mana. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 2 damage to them. And if players would gain life, they lose that. They gain no life instead, so they can't gain life. Deal 2 damage to players. It's an okay card. In a burn deck, maybe. All right, Sliver Overlord, please, 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 please. Oh, another goo. 4th long-term plan and an Edgewalker. Well, I guess if we want to play a cleric deck, then we have a couple of these. I think we opened one earlier. Oh, man. And that was our last pack. That was a really piss-poor opening. All right, we're playing white. We'll have to see. Sarah has to go in the deck. I mean, it's one of our best creatures, right? 5 mana, 4/4 vigilance, flying. But let's see what we pair with her.
All right, so again, talk down from a ledge from our faithful patrons today. We're about to play a Brain Freeze deck, which I do want to maybe explore in the future. We'll see how it goes. But we pivoted to a zombie deck. So we did go black-blue, and our strategy is basically just zombies. So we have Carrion Feeders, we have Gempalm Polluters, we have Graveborn Muses, we've got Gravespawn Sovereigns, we've got Nightscape Familiars, War Chiefs. We got so many zombies, and having our big payoffs for them would be Gempalm Polluters, because when you cycle them, you can have target player lose 1 life for each zombie in play. So holding onto the Polluters is going to be a big part of this strategy. Also, we have some more straightforward War Chief things going on. +2, +1. Zombies costing 1 less. Things become more affordable. We also have Vengeful Dead, so whenever zombies are put into the graveyard, Kieran's going to be losing life. We also have some enchantments to help synergize with this, such as Grave Pact, so whenever a creature I control dies, you don't have to sacrifice 1. So we're kind of taking supreme control of the board if we can. From there, it's pretty simple. We have some pretty common stuff, just Factor Fiction. We also have Brainstorms for card draw. We have some counterspell magic going on to synergize with the counterspells. We have Mana Wars as well, just to make sure that we can manage the board a bit more and really make the effectiveness of our zombie horde that we're going to run at Kieran. In the sideboard, we're running Tormod's Crypt, mainly because we don't have a ton of reanimation. We're not necessarily like too worried about it in any ways. We have Filth. Oh, that is another. We also have Wonders in our main deck to give all our zombies flying at some point. We have Filth, just in case Kieran is playing black, we can give them all Swamp Walk. We have Vodalian zombies, if in case Kieran's playing green, we'll have some protection from green zombies. We have Call to the Grave, which was one that I was curious in playing. I don't know if it necessarily should have been in the main deck or not, but probably the sideboard is where it should be. But it's 4-mana enchantment. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-zombie creature. At the end of turn, if no creatures are in play, sacrifice Call to the Grave. So that could be very oppressive if the games do end up going later. For later games, we also brought in Control Magics because they've never been bad for us. They're amazing cards. We also have Terrors in case Kieran isn't playing black. You can possibly swap out with the counter spells and streamline a bit more. And we also have this Sabo's Decree. 6 mana, instant, choose target creature type. Target player reveals his or her hand and discards all creature cards of that type from it. Then destroy all creatures from that type that player controls if they cannot be generated. Because of this tribal support that's been coming up, I think it's going to be great. Include in case Kieran's playing a certain tribe I can't deal with, mainly slivers, elves, goblins even. Kieran might have a goblin kit now. So having that in the back pocket might also be good. We are also playing tribal though, so Kieran's got one of these, could also blow up in our face a bit, but that's the risk we run. Deck's pretty straightforward, but we'll see what Kieran has. We'll see if we can close out the season, or we'll see if we're gonna go to a tie-breaking game at the end of all this.
All right, everybody. Sometimes you just have to have a little bit of faith. Today we are bringing back our pride and joy, Sarah Angel, in finally, and I have to say this honestly, the most serendipitous event that could take place. Mono white Sarah, the one mono color this season we never spun. How apropos she's come to save us in our moment of darkness. Let's go through the card by card. In the top end, we have, this is a weird deck, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Lotus Petal. I'm playing Lotus Petal for a couple reasons. One, we have a lot of 1-drops that this could just pump out. Two, we have some higher end stuff that if we can just get in a turn early, then we're in a really good spot. So like getting Sarah Angel out turn 4 instead of turn 5, maybe even sooner with Soul Ring. This is basically a one-use Mox. We've never used it before. I think this might be the time to crack it out. We got our double Mercadian Atlas. This is one of the few ways we can actually draw cards in our mono white deck. Basically, if we don't play lands, then we get to draw cards at the end of the turn. Pearl Medallion. We've had this in our collection for a while now. I'm pretty sure that was Tempest. And your white spells cost 1 less to play, which means all of our deck costs 1 less to play. Could mean some big mana savings. Of course, we're bringing our triple Soul Ring. We're just playing a monocolored deck. And then we have 23 creatures, starting off with Big Mama herself, Achroma, Angel of Wrath. I don't want to say Sarah's still Bae, but Achroma is pretty cool as well. We get a legendary creature as well out of it. So 8 mana, 6/6, does it all. If we drop this, Colin's in a bad way. We also have an Ancestors Chosen. This deck actually has a cleric, has 2 sub-themes. First sub-theme, well, actually I guess 3, this deck has 3 themes. First theme, Sarah, obviously, angels. Second theme, clerics. We actually have a ton of clerics. I think we have like 14, 15 clerics in the deck. And third theme, life gain. We're going to try to gain so much life that Colin's not going to be able to overcome it. So Ancestors Chosen's a 7 mana 4/4 with first strike. I only brought in 1 copy of it because it is 7 mana, but when it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each card in your graveyard. This is especially powerful because of another plan that we have going into the rest of our creatures, which I'll get into. Ancestors Prophet, kind of memey, not going to lie, could have been cut, but I thought we had enough creatures to make it work. 5 mana, 1/5 Cleric Lord. Tap 5 clerics, so you only need 4 others in him. Gain 10 life. So if we can pump down some clerics and Colin's not able to remove them, we can just start gaining 10 life every turn and there's nothing you can do to stop us. We have 2 Defenders of the Oracle. They're morph creatures that when their turn face up, all your creatures get +0/+2. Could really help in a sneaky combat or if he goes to blow out one of our creatures with direct damage. A Doubtless One. A 4 mana cleric avatar whose power and toughness equal the number of clerics in play, technically including Collins, depending on what he has. And when it does, it has lifelink as well. So if we can get 3, 4, 5 clerics in play, this is going to be a powerhouse. Double Exalted Angel, we've seen this one before. Glory, we're bringing back the Glory. 3 mana, give all your creatures protection from a color of your choice if it's in the graveyard. Very powerful. Our Mother's coming back. We got Big Mama and we got Little Mama. So we got our Mamas here with Mother of Runes and our 3 planner guides that we opened last episode. I'm actually bringing these in because A, they're clerics, B, they're 1 mana, and C, they can blink everything on the battlefield. Now that might be bad depending on what Colin is playing, but it's really good for us if we have cards like Ancestors Chosen or some of the other cards that I will go into in a minute. Sarah Angel, of course, we're bringing all 3 copies of her, and all 3 copies of our Soul Wardens, which we've never played before. This is a card that Colin has typically played. Lastly, Temple Acolyte, enters you gain 3 life, and Tarot's Fateful, you gain 4 life. So with the Soul Warden and all these life gaining cards on enter, these planner guides are going to do work, especially because it's not a tap ability. You can do it as many times as you want in 1 turn. I guess I suppose they come back at the end of turn, so that wouldn't necessarily work, but still. 4 mana right us out the gate when you play it. Angelic Renewal to bring our cards back. Land Tax to get some more mana. Opal Titans, just a really strong card. Parallax Wave, good removal. Worship just keeps us in the game. Enlightened Tutor is just another soul ring or one of our enchantments at the end of the day. And then we have a balance. And then in our lands, we've got our Caracas, all our plains, as well as some colorless mana, including Core Havens, Mishra's Factories, Rishadan Ports to keep them off colors, and Wasteland. Our side deck, pretty simple. Juntu Stakes and Crackdown to stop him playing certain strategies. Tormod's Crypt for if he's playing graveyards, Windborne Muse if he's going wide, Mystic Crusader if he's playing black or red, Auras of Silence if he's playing enchantments or artifacts, Circle of Protection red because of course, and lastly Wrath of Gods if we need it. Guys, it's time to get holy. We're going in. Wish me luck. As my music ramps up, I'm ready. Let's go.
What are you listening to?
I don't know, but it's really jamming with this moment right now. I'm feeling good about this one, Colin. I feel there's a sense of destiny to my victory today.
Okay. I feel like that's a shout out to a card.
Maybe. Or maybe it's a shout out to my past. Who's to say? How was your pack openings?
Honestly, pretty good, I think. I mean, it was a weird pack opening. It's got a few doubles here and there of like rares, which feels not so common these days anymore. So
it's true.
Nice.
I feel like in these smaller 150 cards expansions, we usually get a couple dupes. But yeah, my pack opening wasn't very good at all. I got some interesting cards, but very little good cards.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll let you know now. I didn't get my Sliver Overlord, so I was very sad.
That's tragic.
But if I lose this one,
yeah, maybe there it is.
Who knows?
So do you beg this season to get your Overlords?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's fun. And my wheels, I'll say my wheel was kind of spicy too. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
So.
I like to hear it. You got some good wheels.
It'll be fun.
Like those are good sets to get wheels for. So
yeah, I'm happy I lost in the later half.
Yeah.
And before I forget, we need to give a shout out to our patrons, Mitchell Gare and Matt S. Thank you for joining us on this journey. The two M's. At least one of them is on. I think one of them is on Team Lang, and I think the other one is a Sarah advocate. We'll have to see how that goes. It's true.
Aren't you Team Sarah?
But Colin, I like to. I can't ever be truly Team Sarah because I am on Team Lang, but I definitely simp for him. So let's roll our die. Colin, I got a 4, so you should be able to beat that.
11.
11? Okay. Well, I have 3 mulligan points. Okay. You have 1 mulligan.
Yeah, I went pretty low last time. Yeah.
You went pretty low, but you got the win. But I imagine that you are going to go first.
Yes, sir.
The clock starts now. All right, Colin, you're going first, I imagine.
Yeah, I think I would like to.
All right. Ooh, spicy.
Damn,
spicy
this is a bit of a risky one.
Me too, to be honest.
I think I'm gonna keep this. This could be horrible.
Okay. You keep, I'll keep. How about that?
Mainly because, I mean, I don't know if the audience can see the specific card I'm hovering over, but there's one card that can get me out of this, and if I can level out of it, we'll be ripping. We'll be off to the races.
All right. Well, you go.
Okay, well, this is game 1, you know, you gotta take the risk. I will play an island.
Oh, he's in blue.
And then pass.
He's in blue. Everyone hold the phone. He's on blue. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Let's go with a plains.
Okay, that tracks. He's back in Sarah's favor.
Hashtag blessed.
Okay.
You know what? I think this might be the play.
I'm
gonna play 1 and cast a call-in card. Soul Warden.
Oh.
So whenever another creature enters, I gain 1 life.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Soul Warden's great.
Pass it off to you.
On your end stuff, I will brainstorm.
Okay, sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is an interesting. What's
the
prognosis? Not great. Prognosis. I'll put this card back and this card back. All right, untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1. I will play an island. Tap said island for a soul ring.
Off to the soul ring.
Yes, and we'll pass turn there.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1, not bad. Not quite what I want to see, but not bad. I'm going to play Core Haven. Tap Core Haven to play a Soul Ring with my
Okay.
And I will also tap a white, and I will cast Planner Guide.
Oh, here we go.
So 1 mana, 1/1 cleric, pay 4 mana, exile him from the game, exile all other creatures from the game. At the end of turn, return those cards to play under their owner's control. So I can only use them once. I just realized.
Yeah.
In this very moment.
Amazing.
But, you know, Maybe he's good. Maybe he kills a lot of tokens or something. I don't know.
I see.
But I also gain a life because he entered the
I
battlefield.
see the Soul Warden possibilities there.
There's some possibilities there, yep. And I'll pass to you.
I think I'm just gonna pass turn actually.
Okay, Mr. Cannon fuckboy over here. Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw, main one.
I'm just keeping you honest. Maybe I don't have it.
Actually, I just realized something really bad that people watching can see.
What?
It's that this is this. Yeah, that's bad. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm a little choked for mana here, unfortunately. You know what? Let's play safe. I'm gonna play another Soul.
Okay. You're hurting for mana, I see.
I'm hurting for white mana.
Yeah.
Not colorless mana.
Yeah.
And then we'll go 1, 2, and I'm gonna cast Angelic Renewal. It's a card we've seen before. If a creature is put in my graveyard, I can basically sacrifice Angelic Renewal to return it back into play. It's a one-time resurrection effect.
Okay.
Does that resolve?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. We'll go to combat. I'll swing for 2.
I will take 2.
Alright. Go, my clerics. I pass to
On
you.
your end step, I am going to fact or fiction.
Or fiction! Okay.
So
Fair
reveal
enough.
the top 5 cards. 1, 2.
Oh god, Mana War. Oh
3.
god, black?
4,
Zombies?
5. Oh, another
many
fact or
Shepherd-
fiction.
Oh my god. How many Shepherd of Rot did you get?
I'll never tell.
Okay. Oh, you need to put them on my side of the
Sorry,
field.
yeah.
Okay, I think what I do is definitely Fact or Fiction goes in one pile.
And everything else in the other.
Reanimate goes in the other. Mana War goes with the Fact or Fiction.
Mhm.
Shepherd of the Rock goes with the Fact or Fiction, and Carrion Feeder goes. I think this is the. Let me know down in the comments what would you have done, but this is the way I have chosen to sort it.
I'm definitely taking that fact or fiction pile.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. It keeps you off Reanimate.
It's true. All right, my turn. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Fact
main one.
or Fiction.
Oh, this is
Where's
so
that black
tough.
mana?
I'm asking myself the same question.
I don't know if you knew this, but I got a rare wild card. You saw that? I actually picked up a Polluted Delta. Yeah.
It's good. It was a good pickup.
I haven't got to use it. Yeah. Shepherd of Rot's a cool card. I like it. I didn't get enough copies of it to make it worthwhile in my zombie package.
Yeah. All right. I will pay 3, and I will.
So instead of casting Wonder.
Instead of casting
I'm
one,
gonna
I'll
cast-
cast Mana War.
Okay. Are you gonna bounce?
I'll bounce. I mean, it doesn't particularly matter.
Doesn't
I'll
really
bounce
matter.
the Soul Warden.
The Soul Warden?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll also gain a life from the Mana War.
Yep.
entering. Okay.
And
And then
then
you discard one
going
card.
to end step, I'll discard 1 card, which will be Wonder.
And now your Mana War
Yeah,
flies.
it's a 2/2 flying jellyfish.
Okay.
I'll pass turn there.
Untap, upkeep, draw, never punish, planes.
Damn.
This
Getting scary over there.
is an interesting one. You know what? Let's do the planes. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will cast this. I'm gonna cast Mercadian Atlas.
Okay.
So at the end of my turn, if I don't play lands, I draw cards.
Yep,
I
fine.
will not do that this turn because
Those are
it's
the
one of the
planes,
few
yeah.
white card draw cards. But I will also tap the 1 and I will replay the Soul Warden. I can't go to combat because you'll kill me, so I'll pass you.
All right. I will untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. I will play 1 to play a Soul Ring though.
Oh my god, okay, sure.
Who needs lands?
I need my 3rd Soul Ring now.
I will Fact or Fiction.
Facts!
Or fiction.
Fiction, that was a little rougher. Okay, you're gonna factor fiction now. Oh, I guess just in case you get the
Yeah,
lands. Sure.
I think the land drop's more important. So 1, 2,
Oh, there it is.
3. Ooh.
Ooh, double land. That actually helps
Alright.
you a lot.
Ooh, revealing some secret tech.
Yeah, what the heck is this? You may cycle this and have our player lose life for each zombie in play. That's kind of mean. Whenever or another zombie is put in your graveyard, play each player and lose. Okay, we're playing very opposite
Yeah.
decks. I think this is a very easy one for me. I'm gonna go this and this and this.
Okay, well, I will take the lands, unfortunately.
Yes, you
Yes.
will. Yes. I mean, in my head, I'm like, I mean, yes, it helps you a lot to get those 2 lands, but I think it's better than having to split up the things, and some of those are dangerous zombies. So.
That's true. Okay, so yeah, still on my main one. I am going to play a swamp, and then I will go to combat and swing with my flying Manivore for 2.
I will take 2.
And then on second main, I will play a carrion feeder.
Sure.
Can't block. Well, pass turn to you.
Creatures for +1. I will gain a life off the carrion feeder entering. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Okay, I'm very happy I went with the Mercadian Atlas play. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna cast Opal Titan. So whenever you cast a creature, he becomes a 4/4 giant with protection from the colors of the creature you play.
Okay, just forever until end of turn.
Yeah, forever.
Oh,
yeah.
That's scary.
So it's up to you to decide what he wants to play, but he is a powerful guy after.
Yeah.
That. And then I will end my turn, and I will draw a card because I did not play a land. I'll pass to you.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Play a Tainted Isle.
It's a good thing you got it with a swamp. Can you imagine if that was the card you got instead of the swamp?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, dude.
Ultra Giga punished.
No bueno.
Severe punishment.
Severe punishment indeed. Yeah, I'll go to combat and swing with the Manivore and the flying carrion feeder.
Interesting. Okay, so both are flying, so I can't do anything about it. I'll take 3.
Sweet. I'll go to second main.
I'm a little less scared about counter magic with the blue-black, but
playing
still
carrion
something to worry
feeder.
about.
So it'll activate your Opal Titan.
Oh, it will. That's true. Yeah. So let me just do that quick. There we go.
Sweet.
Very cool.
Then I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna play the Vengeful Dead.
So I love that band, the Vengeful Dead.
Vengeful Dead.
So when he's put into a graveyard
or a zombie, each opponent loses a life.
Oh, I see. Him or okay. Those who don't learn from their deaths are destined to repeat. Nice.
And I'll pass turn to you.
All right.
You also gain a life from the Opal and gain a life from the Vengeful Dead.
I don't get him from the Opal because he was already on the battlefield, but I do gain him from the Vengeful Dead. So thank you. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. It's a little slow. I'm gonna play Soul Warden number 2.
Oh god. Okay.
So I will gain a life from Soul Warden number 2 entering.
Oh, this is gonna be annoying.
Can you race?
Yeah, I guess we can try to race.
I think I just go pass and draw a card at the end of turn. And you start gaining card advantage.
At the end of your turn, I'll brainstorm.
Oh, you're flying actually. Can I swing with the Opal
Yeah,
Titan?
go for it.
Sorry about that.
Oh, yes, protection. I take 4.
There, now we're equal.
Yeah,
now we're
yeah,
equal for the take back.
All right, equal for take back now.
Okay,
I'm gonna brainstorm at the end of your turn still though. Oh my god, this is going insane quickly.
I don't think you've ever played a blue-black zombie deck in your
life.
No.
This is like rocket science for me.
Yeah.
I'll put...
You don't have to tell me.
This back. I'm just saying for the audience. And this back.
I know.
Put that to the side. All right.
Need a flyer.
Turn, untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Yeah, you should have one. You're playing Sarah. I'll play an island.
Oh, I forgot to put her in my deck.
Wow. You're like, womp womp. I am going to spend a swamp and an island to get the Shepherd of Rot out. So you'll gain 2 life from that.
Thank you. Although it being on the field is a little spooky.
Yeah, and then I'll go to combat and I will swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I will pay 1 white and 1 colorless, and I will Core Haven the 3/2.
Yeah, Core Haven the 3/2. Interesting. Okay.
So I will take 2 damage.
2 damage? I realized I could have played something better. That's okay. Yeah, I'll pass turn.
Live, laugh, learn.
Live, laugh, learn.
Alright, untap.
The double sword is scary, man.
Upkeep, draw. I am a little on edge, man. Like, this is not an easy... Yeah. This is not an easy game. You have 3 cards in hand. What I'll do is I'll pay 1, cast Planner Guide, and gain 2 life.
Interesting. Okay.
I think this is worth it. I'm gonna pay 1, 2, and I'm gonna cast... Yeah, I'm gonna cast Balance. We have equal cards in hand and equal cards in creatures, but you have 2 more lands. So you have to sacrifice 2 of those lands.
Sack 2 lands, hey? I think I'm actually gonna counterspell that.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, I'm like, it's not the best value for balance, but 2 lands is 2 lands. Like, it could matter.
Yeah.
And then we'll go combat, and I will swing in with the 4/4.
I'll take 4.
I'm gonna take 4. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. That's pretty cool. I'll let my turn and draw a card.
All right, I can make you shake in your boots at least. Untap,
A little
upkeep,
bit.
draw,
Okay.
lane 1, playing a swamp.
This Mercadian Atlas is keeping me in this game 100%.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna play Grave Pact.
Oh. When did you get Grave Pact?
Very long time ago.
Okay, I have one too. I've never found the use case for it, but it's a stronghold card, and that carrion feeder is looking scary as balls.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Big brain
I
time.
know. This is the. I think I'll declare it. I guess I'll go to combat to declare attackers because I think I need to do that first. I'll do 1,
Sure.
2, 3,
5.
5 damage.
So.
And then
I'm at 18.
I'm before damage resolves. I have some things I gotta do.
Sure.
So this is where I'm gonna sack the carrion feeder to the carrion feeder. So I'm gonna add counters onto this guy. So a few things are gonna happen.
Wait, okay. So before damage.
Yeah.
Right, before damage.
Yeah, it's still before damage.
So sacking carrion feeder to carrion feeder.
So on the sacrifice trigger, Grave Pact will trigger. So you'll have to sacrifice something, and also Vengeful Dead will trigger. So you're gonna lose a life.
Okay, so I'm gonna lose a life from Vengeful Dead no matter what. I'll sack a Planner Guide.
All right, in response to that, I will tap the Shepherd of Rot, so you take 3 damage, and then I'll sacrifice the Shepherd of Rot to the carrion feeder.
Okay, I'll get rid of Planner Guide.
Okay, planner guides are out of
And
there.
then I will lose 1 more
Yep.
life because of Vengeful Dread.
Yep.
Woo! Big turn.
Yeah, and I think.
Okay, and then I get hit for 6.
Yep, okay, for 6 after that.
I'm at 12.
Thin it out a bit. I'll pass turn to you.
All right, it's a tricky one, man. That's a board state that takes a little bit of thinking.
Yeah, well, I was like, I could go super hard, but I actually don't think I want to do that just yet.
I think you made one small mistake.
Not attacking with a mana.
And I hope you don't get flamed. No, when you tapped with the Shepherd of
Yeah,
Rot, you could have done that before you
No,
sacked
it's 1 more
the first
damage.
turn.
I saw that. That's why I was like, I just gotta tap it now.
Yeah.
I already got my 1
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
back to you. I can't ask for
It's
another.
all good. It's all good. It's all good. All right, untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Oh, that's very, very interesting. All right, so the decision here is there's definitely a few paths I can take. Greedy paths that might get me good benefits. Less greedy paths, it'll probably be better in the long run. I will start. I only have 1 card in hand, so I'm a little less worried about some crazy combo coming out of nowhere, but you still have Grave Pact out, which can get rid of 3 of my creatures. I like drawing cards, that's the other thing. I think I'm gonna play a Plains this turn. Yeah, I'll play a Plains this turn. Avoid the land for the card draw. And then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to morph.
And a chroma.
It could be. So I will morph, and I gain 2 life. Thank God Grave Pact doesn't like allows me to choose.
Oh my god.
Let's go to combat. I'm gonna swing for 4.
I'll block with the mana war.
Sure.
So
I'm gonna lose a creature. Yeah. So I will choose to lose. Wait a minute, am I just the biggest brain fucking genius of all time?
oh my god, I just realized. Oh, you're thinking, oh no, this could be very bad.
I'm gonna just get rid of the morph, and I'm going to sacrifice my angelic renewal to bring back.
Oh my god.
Exalted Angel! So, I have my beautiful 4/5 Exalted Angel with lifelink. And didn't even have to pay the 4 mana.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm gonna do? Oh man, if this runs into a counterspell, I'm gonna be upsetty, but that's okay. Second main phase, I'm going to return back. I gain another 2 life because of the soul organs.
The synergy is happening.
And then I will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will cast a second Mercadian Atlas.
Oh my god.
Which I wouldn't have been able to do because I didn't have the. I wanted to keep the mana up. And I'll pass to you.
Yikes, that was pretty devastating.
It's a good turn. Right. You still have Grave Pact though, so I'm not out of it.
Untap,
just need 2 more creatures and I wipe my board.
Main 1. I'll play Tainted Isle.
Not what you want to be seeing in this late in the game.
No, kind of the if you don't draw all your lands fast, you'll get them later.
Yeah.
At your 30 card mark.
Yeah.
Genuinely don't know what to do.
That's what I want to hear.
I think if I play too passively, I'm just gonna lose anyways because of your Opal Titan.
Yeah, play to win, not to not lose.
Yeah. I think I am gonna cycle this Gem Palm Polluter. So you're gonna take 2 damage because there's 2 zombies in play.
Sounds
Then
good.
I'll get to draw a card.
Another Gem Palm Polluter.
That would be funny. I would prefer that over what I got. Okay, I'm gonna pass turn.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. I think we're just gonna go straight into combat. Go in with my Angel and Titan.
I will dual block.
So that's gonna be 6 damage. Core Haven only prevents attacking creatures. That's important. Do I trade 3, 4, 5? I have to choose who I kill. Yeah, I'll kill the Carrion Feeder.
Okay.
But I'll choose to do my damage to the Carrion Feeder.
Alright, so you will have to sacrifice a creature as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna gain 4 from the lifelink.
And you'll lose 1 from
And
the
then-
Vengeful Dead.
I will sacrifice a Soul Warden.
Okay.
2 creatures left.
Alright.
And then you took
Yep.
the 4.
Down to 6.
End of turn. Pass to you. Draw 2 cards.
Yeah, this is not good. Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1. I'll play 1.
A protection from black,
3,
eh?
4. I know. I'll play an Undead War Chief.
Okay, that's a good one.
I guess I'll
Curious how many of
I
those
guess I'll
you
go to
got.
combat and swing for 5.
I gave him 1 because you played him. Okay.
Okay, I'll pass turn to you.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. I'm going to cast Mother of Runes and gain 1 life. Pay 1. I'm going to cast Mother of Runes and gain 1 life. And then I'm going to pay 1 and cast Land Tax. And then we'll go to combat.
Damn.
And I'll swing for 4.
Take the 4.
Alright, end of turn. I will draw 2 cards.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
these Mercadian Atlases. Holy.
Yeah, that's that.
That's game.
That's
Alright,
what happens when you
let's
draw
go,
2
Team
islands
Lang.
at the critical moment.
Well, game 2.
Alright, see you in game 2.
I'll see you there. See you there. See you there. See you there. We got game 1.
We'll see how it goes. Hopefully enough to make Kieran's machine slow down enough for her zombies to get around.
Colin, I rolled white on the wheels. It
This
had to
is-
be
this is
done.
destiny.
We have less than 20 minutes, so let's go.
God.
Tap, upkeep,
Zombie,
draw,
zombie.
main 1.